So we are looking at types of shapes, perimeter and circumference. Now, we know our basic shapes like a square, rectangle, triangle, circle, but in math we sometimes use shape categories that we don't use very often in our day-to-day life. Primarily this week we'll be working with circles and polygons. Now, a polygon is a multi-sided closed shape with only straight lines. And all polygons have sides, vertices, and angles, which we learned about last week. So a square, for example, is a polygon. It has multiple sides, it's a closed shape, only straight lines. This is also a polygon. It's a closed shape, straight lines. This shape, however, is not a polygon. Even though it does have an angle, it also has this rounded part, which is not consistent with a polygon. This is a polygon. It's a closed shape, straight lines. This is not a polygon. So in a polygon, the lines also cannot cross over each other in this way. So even though we have all straight lines and it does have a closed shape portion, it has this weird crossed over part which disqualifies it from being a polygon. This is also a polygon. It's a closed shape, straight lines. Even though there are a lot of them, it's still a polygon because all of the lines, angles, and vertices align with what a polygon is. And then this last one is also not a polygon because it's not a closed shape. We have this opening here. So now that we know what is a polygon and what is not a polygon, let's talk about different types of polygons. So if a polygon has 3 sides, it's a triangle. We know triangles. 4 sides, it's a quadrilateral. And that seems crazy, right? Because you're probably thinking, wouldn't that just be a square or a rectangle? And you are right that squares and rectangles are quadrilaterals, but there are other quadrilaterals as well. 5 sides is a pentagon, 6 sides is a hexagon, 8 sides is an octagon. Now we also have regular polygons where all of the angles are equal, and irregular polygons where the angles are not equal. Irregular doesn't mean they're bad, it just means all of the angles are not equal. Now, when we're looking at quadrilaterals, the sum of all of the interior angles of quadrilaterals is 360 degrees. Now remember when we were talking about triangles, we said the sum of the interior angles of every triangle is 180 degrees. Now when we get to quadrilaterals, it's 360, which is not going to be really relevant for our work this week, but it is a fun fact based on what we learned last week. So here are the characteristics of a quadrilateral. It's a polygon with exactly 4 sides and 4 angles. So a square, a rectangle, a rhombus, a parallelogram, a trapezoid, or what we just call quadrilateral because it doesn't fit into any of these other categories. Now, if we want to look at what these kind of look like, all of these things fall under the realm of quadrilateral because they all have 4 sides, 4 angles. And we will be looking at most of these, not so much at this like weird uneven angles and sides, but we'll be looking at parallelograms. All of these things we'll be looking at this week.